Hi, this is Maurice LaMarche, and that name will mean nothing to you nor the sound of my voice, unless I become the brain from TV's Pinky and the Brain, or Calculon, the star of all my circuits from Futurama. Oh, he is a bottle, so from Futurama.
Puny human, this is Morbo the newscaster. On tonight's news, you're listening to Still Toking with on the Dorkening Podcast Network. I will destroy you.
Now I'm proving that this battle I am never losing. I'm choosing to ignore the cuts and bumps and bruises.
Well, hello there. It's Wednesday. You all were expecting.
What happened to Leo?
Leo isn't here. I don't know where he. Oh no, actually, I do know.
You're not the monkey we were looking for.
But I am going to play the part of the monkey tonight behind the keyboard. So I am going to screw everything up.
Woo!
Everything.
Grape nuts. Grape nuts.
Hey, nobody asked you. See, look, already, see the camera already, it's already starting. No, I'm super psyched about tonight's show. I will say it's going to be kick-ass, and I'm just going to leave it there. And my partner in crime.
Yo.
And I'll come back to you for the announcement because we have a special co-host with us tonight, too.
Yes, we do. And why don't we let our special co-host introduce our guest?
Oh, we could
that
do
would
that.
be cool.
We could totally.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah,
we messed up.
But happy Wednesday. I hope everybody had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I don't know where anybody else is out there, but up here in the Northeast, it was a fucking amazing. Up in Maine, 85 degrees, Memorial Day weekend, putting the docks in 54-degree water. Shrivel dick. That's all I have to say.
Okay. On that note, our special co-host tonight, Jar Jar.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Now I'm scurrying to find an intro for our guest because I was not ready for that at all. But I'll do my best. But thanks for having me tonight. I appreciate it as always.
Right.
Oh, should I go right into the guest?
You can do whatever you want to do, except play with yourself.
You can do whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Too much little. They emphasized the little there, Jeffrey.
Yeah, little.
Well, welcome everybody to the Still Toking. Deborah Twiss with her new movie, Sapiosexual.
Hi.
I'm sorry. If I was more prepared, I would have had a better intro for you.
I totally did that just to fuck with you, Jerry.
I know. You guys know how much research I do, and yet, you know what? I should have been and here we have from age 6, a girl who made a witch puppet, and her teacher tried to dismiss her creative talents, Miss Deborah Twiss. See, I do crazy research about this.
Yeah, you really do. My goodness.
You see her eyes light up. She's like, "Oh, there's another one I got to block on Facebook."
Yep.
Wow, that is
okay.
That's
a witch
deep.
doll.
That's going back to 5.5 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you start young, huh?
Oh yeah.
Hey.
So
What? There was no innuendos there. But I am curious about this witch doll. Now that it was brought up, I need to know about this.
It was a witch puppet that
A puppet.
Yeah, in first grade, we had to build puppets, and then the first grade teacher wrote a script for us to perform, and I didn't like it. So, and my handwriting wasn't that good yet because I was only in first grade. So I asked my mom to help me rewrite the script. And we really pissed off the teacher really badly. But I should have known. I should have known then what my future was going to be. That I was already writing the script for my teacher in first grade, telling her it wasn't sufficient.
Well,
Now, was it a sock puppet?
No, it was a really cool puppet. It was paper mache, and and then the hands were made out of the short popsicle sticks. You put your hand in, and you're like that kind of thing. Yeah, she was
I'm not
scary
going to touch
looking.
that. I'm going to be nice for right now.
yes, you should. just remember, I control the buttons tonight, and I can mute.
Yeah,
you
I know.
anytime.
I know.
So,
wow.
I mean, you've done a ton of stuff. A ton
Yeah.
of stuff.
A ton. Like,
And
we could do the whole show just by listing all of her credits, you know.
Right.
That'd be a good way to pass an hour.
It'd be a fast way to pass an hour. But we are here to talk about your newest film that you wrote, produced, and acted in, correct?
Yes.
Called Sapiosexual.
Yep.
Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, completely.
Excellent. Look at that. I didn't screw it up, Jeff.
No.
Do you know what a sapiosexual
Well, now,
is?
if I read that correctly, if I read what I was reading correctly, the original title was just Sapio, correct?
Yes, but then my distributor, who's also the executive producer, said, I think we should put the whole word, sapiosexual. And I said, well, is that going to help? Is that going to hurt us, though, in, actually getting it on streaming platforms? Because I don't know if you're allowed to say sexual. So, right, exactly, Kelly Roy. It's like, it's love of intelligence. It's a passion. A sexual attraction to people because of intellectual stimulation. And I had heard about it years ago, and I just always loved that concept. And, that's how the whole thing was actually born, from hearing the word.
Okay. I mean, I watched the movie today, and I'm going to say that, at the very beginning, I was quite confused.
Easily done.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is easily done. There's a lot of stuff thrown at the beginning of that film that you don't understand what the hell's going on until much later.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, really, really cool.
Cool.
I mean, a thriller, yeah, a different kind of a thriller from what I'm used to as far as a thriller goes, because it's more of a, to me, it's more of a psychosomatic kind of a thriller.
Yeah, psychological. Yeah, it's supposed to be the kind of thing that makes you, just like the title, Sapiosexual, it's supposed to make you think. And really go deep into what is going on here and examining what the characters' real motives are and all of that kind of thing.
See,
But you have to think.
I was going to say, I mean,
preferably.
So, attracted to intelligent people, she is definitely on the wrong show.
Yeah, I was going to say
wrong
that
show.
one too.
I was going to say, wrong show for that. So,
no, actually, that's not true. We're all highly intelligent in our own right.
Oh, yeah.
I get that.
Now, I can't even fix my damn camera.
Did you do the casting for the movie as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a casting director help me find the guy who played Dave. Freddie. The guy that played, his name's Dave Edwin Williams, and he played Freddie. The casting director helped find him because I couldn't find anyone that was just right on my own, by far. So my casting director, Donna McKenna,
Well, it actually seemed like you guys known each other, so I guess you did well.
She did very well, and he's amazing. He's a fantastic actor. So, and the way I work, we get very comfortable very quickly on my sets, all of us, because so many of the people that are behind the scenes have worked together for many, many years. So it's this environment where everybody's just comfortable and laughing and having a good time. So
that's good.
Worked out well. Yeah.
Is anybody playing practical jokes on set? Actually, this is kind of too deep of a movie, so I guess it's not that much.
Well, we didn't have time for any kind of practical jokes. I guess the biggest practical joke is me upon them when, in order to prepare for the sex scene, I bought these beige, skin-colored Teletubby suits. And so we were all in these one-piece outfits that were from neck down to toes, and we did all kinds of maneuvering around and pretending and all that kind of stuff. We filmed it, but then I saw on camera you could see the suits, and
where's that footage?
It's really fun. I'll show you that.
The Teletubbies got it.
Yeah, that's tough. Like, hey guys, remember that movie we were in together? And I got this other movie we're doing, and if you don't do it, I got the Teletubby footage.
It's really funny. It's so silly. But it made us all really comfortable. And then when everybody looked at the footage, you know, we all said, okay, forget it. Just like get rid of the suits. It's fine. I mean, and it was good because it gave us like time to get comfortable just being physical with each other, and then realize just how stupid it looked on camera and that there was no way around it. So it was like, okay, just take off the suits. Let's go. Whatever. Who cares? You know, we're already laughing. Let's just keep laughing and filming.
How long was filming?
5 days.
5 days. Wow.
Oh, nice. Wow. Okay.
2 camera setups, sometimes 3. And I mean, this is why I wanted to go back to the Dogma 95 style of filmmaking, which was all about like, you know, you shoot digital and not like the Red or Panavision or anything crazy that's going to require film, like 35 millimeter film kind of setups for lighting, but actual, like, you know, use candle light, use practical light, and just go. And because we had cross coverage all the time with the cameras, it was possible to do improvisation without any effort because we knew we were covered on reactions and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been, after watching a movie, and I've watched a lot of movies, I've never been left erotically confused in my life. That's the best way that I can put it. I mean,
I guess that's good. I don't know.
Right.
You know, well, you made the movie, so what did you want to try and get people to feel?
I wanted people to feel like this whole concept of this Me Too movement, there might be a darker side to it. That's what I really wanted to convey. And that was there. That was definitely there. And the main character, you know, I lived through the 90s and the film world of the 90s, and, you know, had people that wanted to give me $1 million if, you know, I did things, and I very easily just laughed in their faces and turned them down. It was like, what the guy?
I would have been a millionaire.
But I didn't realize that was actually the transaction until the Me Too movement came out, and I was like, oh, I was supposed to like suck their dicks and fuck these guys? Shit, I could have been A-list. But I wasn't.
Jeremy does that for $20.
$20.
But
and a meal.
All right. McDonald's dollar menu.
Well, you know. Don't want to stare anyone
realized like what was going on, and I thought, damn, like, you know, all those opportunities and that went nowhere in the 90s. Now I understand why, you know. And there was, I feel great within my skin. You know, I did nothing that I regret, but. You know, I think back and I'm like, well, would I have done that if I realized that really there was $1 million on the line? Maybe I would have. I wouldn't have complained about it after the fact. But, I mean, you know what I mean?
True. So I do have the trailer. If you'd like to show it.
Yes, please show it. I would love people to see it.
All right. So would you like to bring it in?
You do it. This is your show.
Yeah, goddamn it, then do something.
So we have the trailer here for Sapiosexual, which is now out, right?
Yeah, it's on Prime and on iTunes.
Okay, so there you go. Here's the trailer.
Massive storm tonight. So why Sapio?
It's about sapiosexual. People are attracted to each other from intellectual stimulation.
I am really thrilled about having you two here today.
How long have you two been?
3 years, give or take.
I think 2 men together is really exciting.
How about 2 women together?
I find many things enticing.
What stops you?
Who says I stop myself?
Sex and creativity. They go hand in hand.
It took me years to get over you.
It's always been about both parties, what both parties want.
Learning all kinds of interesting things about you tonight.
Stick around. The best is yet to come. Kiss her!
Kiss her!
You knew what you were getting into when we started.
Bravo.
There you have it, folks. Don't worry, we'll play it again later in case you missed some of it.
Wow. Now, I found that to be a film that you really had to pay attention to. Because if you didn't, you missed key elements that would kind of fuck you up later on.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? Because I had to rewind because I would miss something and be like, what did I miss here? Because the transitions were quick but vague in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? There was a lot of hidden innuendos going on. And, you know, so I rewound quite a bit just to try and understand exactly what was. And then when the movie ended, I was like, I had no fucking idea what the fuck was going on.
Well, but that's the thing, like, you know, everyone...
I did like the ending. The ending was great, which we won't give away, but it was definitely unexpected.
Cool. Good. I'm glad you got that, because that was really critical to me. That, you know, I want people to have that moment where they check themselves at the end and they realize what really is going on here.
Yeah, and
that's
like
what we'll call it, checking yourself.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Checking yourself at the end, yes.
You know, like I said at the beginning, there was a lot of those little things that were brought to light that you don't understand. And then it was at the very end where everything got tied together. And it was just beautifully done.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Bravo. And you can
I love it when grown-ups get me.
You guys can find out all about our amazing guest, her movies, all her movies that she's done, in the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. See, I had to do that for Leo, because Leo usually does that for us.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, well, no, actually, you're here to take my place so I can take Leo's place. That's why that's why you see me doing a lot of this.
Right, Deborah, and you wonder why I'm fucking confused.
I'm Ben. All right, so
no.
As Ben was saying, though, you've done quite a bit of different roles in diverse roles throughout your career. Do you have any really favorite things that you've done? Like, I know you've worked with like people like Eric Roberts and well, so many different people throughout. Anything that really sticks out that you're always telling stories about, like to the kids, being like, you know, this one time on this set, and they're like, yeah, Mom, we know. You've told us like 27 times.
No, I mean...
Oh. Blackout. Somebody called.
Yes, it's so ridiculous. I hate that. No, there's nothing actually. I love each thing that I do, and each thing is individual. And the one thing that I vow to never do is to like harp on one thing that I've done. I mean, you know, I know people that made movies. Like there's this one guy who made, bless his poor heart, he made a movie 20 years ago for $20,000. And never did another movie after that. He still works in production and everything. But like this poor guy, that's all he ever talks about. Like every conversation goes back to this movie. And like I don't like to even bring up, like I don't bring up other movies that I've made. I like to talk about other ideas I have or other films that I like that are cool, or like TV shows I'm watching that I'm like obsessed with, that kind of thing. But I don't know, I don't like to really you know, in normal, polite conversation, I don't talk about myself and my career much because, you know, to me, it could always be better. So
why am I done that? What's next?
Well, but I want to do more, and I want to do better, and I want to do bigger. You know, over and over. Like everything should build upon the last one and become better. And so I don't. I can't like look back at anything and be like, ooh, that one was really great. Cause like I see things that I would change. So, you know, right now, my favorite thing is Sapiosexual. And then when I film Broken at the end of the summer, that'll be my favorite. And then when I film Release, that'll be my favorite. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way my brain works. Maybe there's like, you know, some kind of mental issue here that it's like, you know, only what's right in front of me is what's most important. And then, you know, I move on and it's like, okay, now it's here.
Well, that's a real healthy way to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what's done is done. You got to move on. You can't hop on that. I have an opposite question to what he just asked. Is there a role or a film that you've been in that you wish you didn't do?
Let me think about that.
As the silence.
No, because everything, even like, okay, there's this, the first one that came up, the guy who wrote it and was the producer was the biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my life. This guy, like, he was such a narcissistic asshole. And no matter what I did, he was like, no, I want you to be uglier and I want you to be like gross and all this other stuff. And I kept working on the job because I wanted to protect that character. I felt bad for her. Then I was like, I felt like, you know, I needed to protect the way this character would be portrayed because I felt like this guy was going to destroy this person, even though she didn't exist. She only existed in my imagination. So, you know, in some ways one would think, oh, well, do I wish I'd never done that? But I don't. Because everything I've ever done has led to something else. Like I learned something. I take something away that makes me more of who I really am. It exposes other parts of me, other strengths, other places. I think it's really a fascinating process. And this is the thing I love. Like, I'm a believer in reincarnation. And the thing that I really love about acting and filmmaking is like whatever project I'm on, whatever I'm doing, it's kind of the same as like, okay, so right now I'm being Deborah Twiss and everything in my focus is about being Deborah Twiss. But then like when this life is over, I'm going to be like, you know, Candy Apple Sunshine was born in Brooklyn or whatever. I don't know who. And, you know, and I might have memories of being Deborah and things that happen, but all my focus is going to be on being Candy Apple Sunshine. You know what I mean? So I think everything, you know, and I'm not going to look back at things that happen in this life and be like, ooh, well, that was really stupid. I'm not going to do that again. It'll be an intuitive thing that's like in my soul about things that I learned. I'll make sure to, you know, try to not make those same mistakes. I hope. I don't know. Let's see if karma works and that kind of thing. But, and I think it's the same thing. And it's kind of like this microcosm, macrocosm type of thinking. You know what I mean? Like as above, so below and all of that stuff where, you know, being able to work on films within a lifetime shows us what the bigger picture is in our grander soul life. Because I think we're just meat suits. And this, you know, the meat suits are the avatars that we use so that we can play on this 3D playing field called Earth and you know, reality. But, you know, yeah, I mean, think about it.
Well, I've always thought of where energy can't be destroyed. Therefore, when energy is displaced, where does it go? So I don't have a real belief system or anything like that, but like energy is what we are. So it has to go somewhere.
I'll reach out afterwards because I know some books that you should read all about reincarnation and going back into your past lives.
When I first moved to New York,
I wouldn't have thought of you, Jeff.
My uncle wrote them. They're awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
Really? Yeah. That is so cool, Jeff. That is so cool. I totally want to take a look at these things because I've been a believer since I was born. I mean, I remember the delivery room that I was born in, and I remember thoughts I had when I realized, like, I had this, like, you know, heavy torso and these short little arms and legs, and I was frustrated because I couldn't, like, move much, and yeah. But anyway, I'm fascinated by all that kind of stuff, and but that's getting back to the original question about anything that I regret. I have no regrets. I make sure that in my life I have no regrets.
I'm amazed you remembered the original question, because I had no idea where we were going from with all of that. I was like, what was that all about?
Right.
It's my job to bring it back.
That's fantastic. Well, actually, I understand actress, or maybe being a director, or maybe being a writer. How did you figure, is it really the best way to get yourself into roles? You're like, hey, I'll write the movie and I'll direct the movie, and therefore I have movies to be in. Or is it really just your passion?
This is my passion, and it started, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. It's like I said, no regrets. In third grade, there was my art teacher came into the classroom and said that there was going to be a spring ensemble performance, and if anybody wanted to write a skit or something like that, they would be looking at scripts and everything. And I immediately had this great idea about time travel. So I went home and I told my dad, and I said, Daddy, I need to learn how to write a script right away. And so he set me up with this electric typewriter and lots of whiteout, because it was not, it was not computers. And I wrote a 60-page screenplay, or actually it was a theater piece about time travel, and I gave it to the people at my school, and they went through the whole thing. They loved it so much they wanted to build the whole spring ensemble performance around this 1-hour play. And so they asked me, as any smart people would do, if they could have the rights, and I said, well, yes, you can, as long as I play the lead. And so this goes way back. And the first taste of it was when I was 5, and I had my mom help me rewrite this teacher's horrible script. It's this is when I was 3. I stood in front of a TV, and I saw how much fun these people were having inside of it. I turned to my parents and I said, one day I'm going to be in there playing with those people. And my parents were like, oh, the only way you can do that is if you're an actress. And I was like, oh, okay.
I'm surprised.
Yep. Right.
So the job that it was going to be, if it wasn't acting, directing, and so forth, everything else in the media world, you were going to be a plastic surgeon.
Yes. Yeah. When around the time, it was right after I wrote that script and we did the spring performance, there was this, my mom got Good Housekeeping magazine, and there was this story about this little girl whose house had caught on fire, and she was stuck in a bedroom. And her whole face melted. She lost all her fingers. She was burned. And they said that she would have to go through plastic surgery for, 10, 15 years. And I had heard stories about how my grandfather had been a plastic surgeon and did all these crazy, amazing things. Like at this naval hospital in Texas, he was the first person to ever reattach a thumb. So I was really excited and inspired by that kind of stuff. And I've always been fascinated. Sorry, my blind cat needs me. I was always fascinated by medicine and the way the human body works. And I really, at that point, I was like, wow, I really love storytelling. And I love this whole concept of acting and making movies. But I could really help a lot of people if I were a plastic surgeon for burn victims. Mm-hmm. And I mean, even now, I follow all these different people that have had crazy accidents and things like that. And I wish so much there was I could split my personality and have part of me be this genius surgeon that can reattach limbs and do limb transplants and face transplants and cool stuff like that, but no, I'm a filmmaker.
So how come you haven't written a script about a psychoplastic surgeon or something?
Ooh, there you go.
I have a couple of ideas, but more importantly, I've got ideas that have to do with genetic engineering and aliens and that kind of stuff. Because if I'm gonna go toward medicine and science, I'm gonna go all out and really explore these other crazy things. That the conspiracy.
I'm all for the alien idea.
Right.
Oh, I love that stuff. you can't even tell you how much that stuff like gets me excited. It's just amazing. That's you guys watch the X-Files? I was obsessed.
I love the
with
X-Files.
Oh, of course.
Oh yes.
I mean, like, even
David
after,
Duchovny, Gillian Anderson. Oh yeah.
But even after they left, I still loved it. Like I was like, okay, I'll take this. Like just give me the stories. Give me the stories. Like Chris Carter, I think, is a freaking genius. Did you guys ever have him on? Did you ever meet him?
No,
I wish.
had the opportunity.
Oh, sadly.
Oh, if you ever do, please tell me. Because, like, to me, like, and what is he doing? Well, he's probably just, like, living off, all the residuals. But
he's living off the residuals of us buying all those DVDs because I bought every friggin' season. And when the movie came out, I was like, I got to see this. My wife was like, I'm like, you don't understand.
The aliens came down, gave him a congratulations, and he's living with them now.
Yeah,
right.
Or
he's like,
Ancient
I'm
Aliens.
out of here. This world is nuts.
What was that?
What's that one?
You guys watch Ancient Aliens ever?
I don't think
sometimes.
I've watched a little
I wish Leo was on. Leo watches all that stuff.
Yeah, Leo's really into Skinwalker Ranch right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, I was watching that for a while, but man, that's so cool.
Oh, see, he would have been sitting here, been like, "Oh my God, somebody finally to talk about with."
Yeah, no, I'd love to meet Leo sometime and just talk aliens.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be
absolutely
great. Actually,
so
actually,
do you have a tinfoil hat?
I don't need one.
Good answer. I like that.
But I mean, seriously, like that stuff. I am the truest form of '90s nerd you could possibly ever want. I have Mulder and Scully dolls. Wait a second. Wait.
Nuh-uh. Oh my God, she's a nerd. I like this.
She fits right in.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
That is awesome.
What else do you collect?
I have Alien. I also have I have Negan and like different guys from The Walking Dead. I have all of my Star Wars people still. The Millennium Falcon. My
this show just went down the nerd gutter, folks. Right? Sorry.
Yeah,
deal with it.
Let's hang out, Deborah.
I know, right?
Like you're in Jersey, that's not far. I mean,
I was expecting you to jump out of your chair, Jeremy, and get the Millennium Falcon?
My Millennium Falcon that I built it.
I know
it's kind of heavy.
Built it?
Hold on a second.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Scully wants to go on the Millennium Falcon.
Look he's got pants on, folks.
Yep, he lied.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
Is that a Lego?
Yeah.
That is gorgeous. And I thought that was a
Lego,
fake backdrop.
Wow.
I'm gonna drop that one day. It's just gonna shatter and go everywhere. I know it.
That is Legos?
Yeah.
Holy moly, that is crazy.
I won it in a trivia contest for Star Wars at a Comic-Con last year. I am straight up nerd.
Yep.
Cool. I love it.
So anyways, back to the interview.
Back to the interview.
I can go to the supernatural stuff. Because your movie there, Cry From Within, is actually based on real life experiences you and your family had. The thing that I found really cool was you guys actually tried to make the ghost come with you when you moved. And that's a really interesting thing. Have you actually gone back to the house? Because I know most of the story. So you tell this story. I'm gonna sit back.
And the great thing is, like, A Cry From Within, I recut it and I put back in 20 minutes of footage that originally we had to take out because they thought it made my character look unsympathetic that she was having this affair. But I'm like, no, that's the character and that's the reason. Like these are people that are having a fractured marriage. They're like, they reunite as they move out of the city. So, but in the real life version, it was me, my husband, my kids. We were living in his parents' brownstone, and we were having these crazy experiences with this ghost that lived in the house. And I mean, it was so bad. My daughter, she was only about 1.5 or 2 at the time. She would see this thing and then all of a sudden freeze and like just start like hyperventilating, and she'd want to get inside my shirt and hide, and she would just be like and finally my son told me it's because of the bad boy, Mommy. Sydney sees the bad boy and it scares her. And then afterward, like years later, my daughter told me, because we had a family bed. We had 2 king size beds that we put together. Mm-hmm. And my daughter would sleep next to me. Oh my gosh, my cat just like cut open my leg. Excuse me, I like the blood.
Nice.
So
are you okay?
She's like the coolest chick we've ever had on, guys.
Right? She's like, oh, I'm bleeding. It's all good. Don't worry. Keep going.
Are you watching Yellow Jackets, by the way? After we'll get back to your story.
No.
The 90s stuff. Yeah, the 90s stuff. You would love it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. So anyway, this thing would perch on the pillow between me and my daughter at night and just like look at us. And my daughter said it would just sit there and be like, and but I thought to myself, there's so much more to the story. I'm not going to get into it all though, because we could spend an hour just on that. But I thought, okay, well maybe this spirit needs its story told. And I got in meditation downloads of what it was. And then I thought, you know what, this is probably wrong. This probably wasn't like, a kid that died in this house. I'm just going to let this go. This is stupid. And that night, after the kids were asleep, my husband was asleep, I closed the doors to my computer cabinet and I went to bed. And this was the parlor floor of a brownstone. And there was a chair way up in the front of the house. So it's like 40 feet between like where the back of the house is and the front. And I lay in the bed. And I'm laying there thinking about how, this is stupid. I'm not going to do this script. I think it's like wrong. And I'm embellishing things probably. These aren't downloads. This is just my fantasy. I hear someone slip off the chair. And these little feet come walking all the way across the 40 feet. Stands on the side of the bed. And is just standing there looking at me and my daughter. And it's somebody short because I can feel the breath and I can hear it breathing. And I'm just terrified to open my eyes. And at that moment, I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I know you're real. I'll tell your story. I'll tell your story. I promise. I'll tell your story. And then it disappeared. And I was like, okay. So I got to do it. So we did it. And then a lot of other things happened. And when my mother-in-law decided she was going to sell the brownstone. And when the house was sold, I stood in the parlor floor, and his name was Sebastian. And I asked him if he would come with us. And I said, I want you to know that I'm not abandoning you. We love you. We know that you are, you had a horrible life, but, you are part of our life now and you're part of our family. And if you want to come, you're more than welcome to come. But he didn't.
Did you give him an empty suitcase to get in?
No. We just said he could come. But the crazy thing is the people that bought the house were from India. And the night before we moved out, they wanted to come and they had this bowl that they needed to put in a...
Another phone call.
Yep, another phone call.
Yep.
She'll be right back.
She'll be right back, folks. But while we wait...
the bowl had these special... like herbs and everything in it. And the woman said to me, this is to absorb any spirits that might be left over. And I was like, you can't put him in the bowl. Like, I didn't say that. But I was like, what if he doesn't, and that's when I said to him, if he wants to come with me, like he could choose. He could get in the bowl or he could come with me. Hopefully he just found somewhere in the backyard to hang out or something. I don't know. But we never heard from him again.
Right. Well, that's because he ended up a bowl of soup. I mean, really.
I hope not.
Come on, man. Don't drink it.
Don't drink the soup.
So you're. It sounds obvious, that you're into the paranormal and all that kind of stuff.
Big time.
So now I can't remember who I asked this question to, but what is the difference between a spirit and a ghost?
I don't think there's a difference. I think it's just different terminology.
Actually, his answer, and I can't. Do you remember who that was, Ben?
Yeah, actually, I do. It was no, I don't. Oh, Rick McCollum. It was Rick McCollum.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, he's a paranormal investigator with Kane Hodder.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yes. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he did have a definition for each. Apparently, there is a difference. I didn't think there was a difference.
Huh.
You know what I mean? And I'm probably not going to get it right, but
no.
A ghost. He's going to contact me and say, you fucked that all up. But I think he said that a ghost is somebody that passed that has unfinished business. And a spirit is somebody that passed that can't leave.
So they are the same thing, just different.
Well, there's a ghost could leave, but it feels like it hasn't finished its business here on our plane, where a spirit is trapped.
See, I think I've got a different philosophy about that stuff. I don't think anything gets trapped. I think there's maybe a connection to a place or something. I don't think that spirits actually get trapped. I think they like to revisit places where something maybe great or tragic or like something extreme happened. In Sebastian, A Cry from Within, one of the things that I say is, it's kind of like that smell or that feeling. Like you walk into a room after an argument, and even if the people have stopped arguing, you feel that feeling. It's there. It's like it changes the energy. And I think that's what ghosts and spirits are. They're attracted to the energy that's lingering from something crazy that happened in a location. And it could be extremely good or extremely bad, but rarely in the middle.
See,
that's just my take on it all. I have no training in any of this, or let's put all the disclaimers up there.
When I go, I want to hang around for a while.
Yep,
I get some people that need some shit.
Oh yeah. I am gonna fuck with everybody. I am totally gonna fuck with everybody. You're gonna be like, "Where's my car keys? How they end up in the underwear drawer?"
I just want to make sure they don't sell my collection.
Oh no!
Bury it with me.
Jeremy will be in there taking the Millennium Falcon, flying it around the room for people.
That'd be cool.
So, now Sebastian is out.
Yes, that's on Tubi.
That is
on
Tubi.
Sebastian, the full director's cut of A Cry from Within is on Tubi right now, and it's me, Eric Roberts, Kathy Moriarty, Tom Pelfrey, who's in Love and Death on HBO, a ton of other stuff. It's just a great cast. I don't know if you guys know James McCaffrey. He's been in a lot of things.
I know the name.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, you'd recognize him if you saw him. But a lot of good people. Really, it was a great experience. And then same casting director, Donna McKenna.
Oh, no kidding.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
So, wow. That brings us to Crazy Town. You like how I did that, right? All this just brought us to Crazy Town, folks. I'm just saying. It's just that something.
I thought we were already there.
Oh, we are, but we're going to revisit
We all live in Crazy Town.
Tell us a little bit about Crazy Town.
Crazy Town is a TV show or streaming show. It's 7 episodes, 30 minutes each, a whole first season. And it's based on the experiences that I had dancing in strip clubs in the 90s. And that's how I came to New York to be an actress, and I studied at NYU, started waitressing, was a nanny, left those jobs because I would get cast in plays. And then everyone thinks, oh, being a waitress is easy if you're like an actor. No, it's not, because usually the people in New York that run restaurants are failed actors. So if you get cast in something, they're really pissed off and they fire you, because it's like, well, how dare you pursue your dream? You're supposed to be dreaming of being a better server. So I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? It's the middle of summer. I need to work. I need to make money. I need something that's going to give me flexibility without any bullshit. And so I went and auditioned to work as a dancer, and I started doing it. I was only supposed to do it for like a year or two, but then I got involved with this guy who was like, oh, well, I need you to pay the bills so I can write the next great American screenplay and be called a director and blah, blah. Anyway, so I made that whole experience
and that worked.
So, well, yeah, believe me, I freaking left the first second I could. But I made the whole thing into this show, Crazy Town, which is, I'd seen so many things over the years of like male directed or written things about strip clubs. And every time I roll my eyes, I'm like, that's not what it is. This is like a male fantasy of what's really going on. So, I had this thing that I started writing in 99. And so finally I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I'd been doing a lot of directing and producing of these corporate videos. So I had the financing. It was my own. And so I said, come on, let's do it. Let's just get the cast done and get in there. And so we did it very much like the show Barry, where it's this dark comedy. There's some dramatic moments too. There's like, I talk about the Russian trafficking that happened. Like, I saw it firsthand. I saw girls who were undercover FBI working in the strip clubs, and there were people who had been to jail for credit card fraud working for the mafia. All of that stuff is in Crazy Town. Girls that were straight that became bi that then became lesbian, girls that were lesbian that became bi that then like turned straight. It was everything you could possibly imagine. There was this one woman who was an ex-child movie star from the 1950s who had gotten all this plastic surgery in South America and was trying to pull herself off as being like 35 years old. Everybody knew she was probably 65. And this chick made like $1,500 a night, because she had all these older men that would come in, and she would do crossword puzzles with them and read with them. And I mean, but that is what the show's about. It's about what really goes on in the strip clubs and what what was really happening in the dressing room. And it's so fun.
I tried to tell my ex that it was all crossword puzzles and reading.
I wouldn't know. I've never stepped foot in a strip club in my life.
Never once.
Of course
Jeff.
you haven't,
Nope.
Jeff.
No, not once.
Wow.
No,
Ben?
I've known him going on 38 years, and I've never seen him step foot in a strip club.
Wow.
Nope.
Cool.
I have been in about 20 years, but
But I'm sure behind one of those doors he's got a stack of porn. But...
Yeah, right. Oh, you don't need that anymore today.
No, my groomsmen party before I got married, we went bowling. I mean, that's how exciting I was.
Wow.
At least I played with
party.
balls.
It wasn't even called a bachelor's party. It was a groomsman party.
His groomsman party.
That's so funny.
Hello, chaps.
Now, is Crazy Town out? Or
it's coming out in a few weeks. There's actually an issue with sound in episode 3 that I have to fix, and I have to find the drive and then fix it. But then it's deliverable. So Breaking Glass is also putting that out through probably Tubi or something. That's where I think it would do best.
Nice.
I don't want it to go to Amazon or something where people have to like pay. I think Tubi's a great place for it. And I mean, they're, half-hour episodes. So one break in between, you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll talk more off screen because we know a few people with their own streaming services that are free for independents.
Cool.
For independents. Yeah. It was specifically designed for independent
films.
Not just films, but independent
content.
Help me. Thank you. Content. That was the word. See, I was drawing a blank. Somebody just went
Not
in my
unusual.
Head. Hey, you're still number one.
Unusual.
So, but yeah, awesome.
Now, what was the funnest film you ever worked on?
Actually, I worked on Tom Six's movie, The Onania Club. Tom Six was the guy that did Human Centipede.
Hold on, how do you say it?
The Onania Club.
The Onania
These
Club.
guys were trying to say it before
Dude,
you came on earlier.
I saw that trailer today.
That movie, we had such a good time. I mean, and it was so much
It
fun.
looks
to just
it.
I bet.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I showed up. All I had to do was act. It was so much fun. So much fun. And the camaraderie I had with the other women. And Tom Six is fantastic. He's so funny. I mean, we just had such a great time. It was fantastic. And actually, it's so funny because I really enjoy like European directors. The other film that I had a really fabulous time on was something that just got shot last October called Art of Diversion, where I play a lesbian FBI agent. And it's really intense. It's like this erotic thriller. And that was a lot of fun just because I love my Italian director, Gabriele Altivelli and Antonello Amidi. He's this incredible cinematographer. Like they're just so fantastic. And you know, when you love the people you're working with, and also I have to say, like when I get to show up and just be an actress, it's like being on vacation. It's like
phone call.
I swear I'm not calling her.
No, it's my kid asking for food again.
Can you feed us, please?
Yeah, that's it. It's like, can we please at least order pizza? It's like, wait a minute. Sydney, order pizza!
Nice.
They're gone.
No response. His head's in the fridge looking for food.
No, they're like, when's she gonna feed us? When's she gonna feed us?
Shortly.
Right?
Short.
Yeah, we have about 5 minutes left with our amazing guest. So if you have any questions or anything, get them up in the chat. But we are
The
here
chat's
talking.
been rolling all night.
Oh yeah,
too.
oh yeah. We are here talking about your newest movie, Sapiosexual. And if you'd like, I could run the trailer one more time.
Sure, go for it.
Or we can just keep talking, and they can just go find the fucking trailer themselves. I don't care. It's up to you.
Yeah, run the trailer. Let them see it. It's enticing.
It is actually.
Here it is.
I love the music for it.
Massive storm tonight. So why Sapio?
It's about sapiosexual, when people are attracted to each other from intellectual stimulation.
I am really thrilled about having you two here today.
How long have you two been?
3 years, give or take.
I think two men together is really exciting.
How about two women together?
I find many things enticing.
What stops you?
Who says I stop myself?
Sex and creativity. They go hand in hand.
It took me years to get over you.
It's always been about both parties, what both parties want.
Learning all kinds of interesting things about you tonight.
Stick around. The best is yet to come.
Kiss her! Kiss her! You knew what you were getting into when we started.
Hell yeah. And you can find out all about our amazing guest, her amazing movies in the show notes, up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. So, yeah, get off your ass and go find it. Excuse me. There we go.
Actually, it was a great movie. I've never been so confused in my life.
Well, yeah, you have, but it's okay.
Well, yeah, when I moved next door to you, I was confused. What the fuck am I doing here?
And then look, 37 years later, what are we doing?
I put up with you.
Traveling the world.
traveling I don't know about traveling the world yet, but
pretty close. You're all
getting
up
there.
And down.
Getting there. Up and down the East Coast for sure.
Having fun. That's what it's all about.
Speaking of traveling and shows, Jeff and I do a lot of conventions. What about yourself?
Oh yeah, actually.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done a convention.
No?
Why not?
Really?
No, I never thought about it much, really. I mean, I could. The Kick-Ass thing.
Well, not just Kick-Ass.
Wait a second. I'm on the Zoom still, guys. Just order Vinny's.
just 2 more minutes and you can have her back. I promise.
We swear.
Yeah, but
Put
with
it
the
on
Kick-Ass
7191.
with the Kick-Ass thing, but you also made appearances in like Law and Orders.
Yeah, and my other film, my first film, which is actually a cult film,
right? A Gun for
Tubi,
Jennifer.
right? A Gun for Jennifer. Yeah, that's on Tubi.
That's a huge cult film over in Europe.
Yeah.
So I mean, a convention tour for you could be very profitable.
That would be cool as long as I could bring. The thing is this: I need a travel van because I have 11 dogs and cats, and yeah, they're all little.
11 dogs?
Yeah, Eddie, come here. Let's show you.
11 dogs? You're out of your fucking
Yeah, but they're
kids.
all like this size.
Oh, okay. Pomeranians.
Oh, they're all little dogs. They're like cats.
No, actually, he's a Chihuahua. And
Chihuahua.
11 of those equals 2 dogs.
Exactly. Thank you. I take it by poundage. I'm like,
Right.
I have 50
Oh,
pounds
my.
worth of dogs. I have 50 pounds worth of dogs. That's actually one large dog. Actually, one medium-sized dog. So anybody that has a problem with 50 pounds of dog just has a problem with dogs. And just because that 50 pounds is like spread out over 11 of them, I mean, that shouldn't make a difference, right?
Right. Hey, I'm a dog lover and I'm a cat lover.
Sydney,
so
order extra pizza. The dogs haven't eaten either.
I have a bunch of cats too. Like you saw my little blind guy that got too excited and clawed his way up my leg. You know, I've got a bunch of cats. I'm a multiple over and over filled foster of animals.
No. I just got a new little kitten.
Oh.
It's a snow savannah.
Oh.
It's cute.
It is. It's cute.
Everything is cute. I love little. I mean, we saved my daughter.
It's funny.
Got
My
a
wife is
groundhog
sending me links to get bulldogs.
my daughter rescued a baby groundhog last year, and I triaged him overnight and then got him to a wildlife rescue. But man, we wanted to keep him so badly. He was so sweet. We named him Gus. I was bottle feeding some kittens at the time, so I bottle fed him some kitten formula. He was sweet. Oh, he was sweet.
My Frenchie's name is Gus.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, after the mouse from Cinderella, Gus.
Yes. Very
but,
cool.
Before we do let you go, I have to ask Leo's question since Leo's not here, and he would be really sad that he didn't get to ask you the question. But is there anything that you dork out about, like beyond just acting and directing and stuff, like something that like you really are just so into, and it may be weird, like, I don't know, ships and bottles or stamp collecting?
Face and limb transplants.
Face and limb transplant.
I am so obsessed. I love watching videos. Like I follow this guy in Iceland who lost both his arms in an electrical accident. Like he was working on high tension wires or whatever, and for I guess 5 or 6 years he had no arms. And then a donor came along, and so he went to France, and he had these 2 arms transplanted, and then they got to working, and he's been able to like hug his kids.
No shit.
He had grandkids, and yeah, it's really cool. And then I mean, I follow even his Instagram, and then he had an infection in one of the arms, and I was like texting this guy daily. I'm like, "Are you getting better? I hope you're getting better." And like, but I really I don't know. I guess it's that whole medical side of me that's just like completely fascinated. And like, do you remember that chick? I think it was actually in Massachusetts, the one that was attacked by the chimpanzee and it like ate her face off.
The one that she went on Oprah and all that stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, the chimp ate her eyeballs. So she couldn't see anymore. But you know, she got a face transplant, so she could at least be without like the whole face mask and everything. I mean, I am utterly geeked out and fascinated by that stuff. I just think it's the coolest thing.
Wow, that's really weird.
Wow.
It's just
it's actually pretty cool. You're telling me, you know, the story about the guy with the arms.
And, like,
no, that's actually pretty cool. You know, masturbating, it wouldn't even be me.
Oh my God.
Well, it only took an hour and 3 minutes for him to derail that. I literally was waiting for it in like the first 15 seconds of the show, or when she mentioned how do you pronounce it? The Onania Club?
Onania
Club. Because when we watched that trailer earlier, I go, dude, you got to see this trailer. I called him like, you have to see this trailer. You know, I go, I think one of the lines in there was, I can't, I'm dry. I was like, what?
The crazy thing about that film, I mean, Tom Six is a crazy director. He's very cutting edge. But they can't get distribution because in the massively politically correct climate, like you cannot show this story about rich, white, entitled bitches who are that get off on other people's misery. To me, this is the biggest political message you could possibly. And I know we're not talking about politics or religion, but
no, you're good. Though. You're good.
No. This film, you know, and I even said to him,
we know a platform that can fit on.
Mm-hmm.
What?
We know a platform to get that on.
Well, I mean, the problem is he needs to make his money back. That's the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk off.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's ways to make money back. Absolutely.
But I mean, he did a good job. He's a great filmmaker, and he's a great person.
I want to see it.
You should have him on your show.
I'll send you.
I'll send you my information after the show, and have him reach out. I'll definitely book him.
But I mean, you know, they're amazing, and I mean, it would be great to like, you know, also get some replay on, you know, his other movies. Like he did 3 of those Human Centipede films, and you know, he's good. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to press buttons. I mean, those people that are like in, you know, Denmark, Germany, Austria, they're crazy. They are freaking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Funny Games? The Michael Haneke film?
Not I.
About the crazy ass, insane serial killer type people that break into a totally normal family's house and torture them to death.
What's it called?
Funny Games. I mean, it's like it's insane. And they tried
right up your alley, Jeff.
Oh yeah, that's right up my alley.
Oh yeah.
You know, whenever they do an American remake of these things, of course it's got a happy ending. But like, you know, the actual originals.
I like happy endings, so.
Don't we all?
Just saying.
On that note,
what?
Crazy Town.
On that note,
Cinderella had a happy ending.
On that note, we have kept you long enough, and I know your children are like starving on the other side of the door.
Starving to death. They're crawling across the floor, salivating.
Right. So we're gonna close this out. Just do me a favor, stay put till the stream is closed, if you don't mind, because this is recording as well. So all right, there, Jar Jar. Where do you like people interacting with you on the socials?
Check me out on Facebook as Jeremy Courtney, and check out Comic Book Lovers Buy Sell Trade and Auction House. Also on Facebook, join 20,000 other geeks and buying, selling, and trading all your geek stuff and talking geek crap. That's it. Move on.
Wow. I half expected you to say, and you can see me on the Dorkening broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Leo is going to be pissed.
That's true. I'm on a bunch of other shows like Splash Pages, and in about an hour, I'm on this show called The Midweek Geeks. If you feel so inclined to watch that as well.
And we have to take him on the road with us.
I'm a bad self-promoter.
Deborah, where do you like interacting with your fans?
Actually, the easiest is either Facebook or Instagram, and it's pretty easy. Deborah Twiss, and you'll recognize my profile picture, and just, if you can't find me there, DeborahTwissActress.com, and you can message me, but I respond unless it's something gross.
Well, I'll take back that message.
Well, I found you on Facebook. I sent you a friend request. It's okay if you ignore it. I understand.
I won't ignore you, Jeff.
As far as us, just go to stilltoking.com. You'll find all our shit. We got a lot going on. We always have a lot going on. If you're on Facebook, Toking with the Dead, don't look me up personally. That's why it just says Jeff, not the rest of it. Because
listen,
what?
All they got to do is just Google Toking with the Dead. They're gonna find us.
If you Google Toking with the Dead, we take up 3 pages. So, yeah. But Deborah, I want to thank you. It's been a pleasure. That movie was fucked up. I'm gonna dream about that tonight for some weird fucking reason. I don't know why.
I know the parts you're dreaming about.
Well, I'm erotically confused at this point, and I need to sort this out. And based on the other stuff that you've done, maybe that'll help. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to have to look it up. Maybe I'll go watch another Tubi movie. Maybe Sebastian will help because that'll like change the subject.
Somewhat.
There you go.
But thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Keep doing what you're doing. I love everything that you're doing. And fantastic. Great work.
Thank you.
So, now that he's erotically confused, I'm going to reach out to all the promoters that have us booked down the East Coast. I need a separate room. I need a separate room. We're not sharing.
I'm not that confused.
I'm not sharing a room with this guy. I can't do it. No, but seriously, thank you to Deborah for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed the show. I know we did. To all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can do what we do. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. We're out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.